Makes sense. I have some roots. I'm trying to grow more roots. So it says I'm only going to use 2 tablespoons in 5 gallons of water. I got to do some math. Let me get right back to you. So 1/5. What is up, everybody? This is Danny with My Fig Sticks. I'm fueling my fig addiction one air layer at a time. This air layer has got me a little flustered. So let me tell you a quick story on it. This was an experiment, trying an experiment. It's my first air layer to use the sandwich bag on, but I also didn't girdle this at all. I used a tip I got from another video, and what I did was I just nicked the bark on 2 nodes, 2 different sides, 4 nicks in the bark. I'm getting roots, but they're so slow. They're not coming on like I need them to. Y'all, I'm running out of time. I need to do something with this air layer so that I can get him potted up. What am I gonna do? Stay tuned and you're gonna find out. So this is my I-258, my Italian 258. Y'all, it grew from this tiny cutting. Just look how big around the trunk is, and it grew all the way up here. You notice something? No limbs. That's why I've got this air layer way up here at the top. Now, 7 weeks ago, 2 months ago, that air layer was at the tip top. It is not anymore. This tree continues to grow. So that is one thing about just using the nick method, is you're not girdling, you're not stopping any nutrients from going up or down. The figs are ripening. You might see a video come out on one of these here pretty quick. But I mean, this tree is absolutely covered in figs. I wanted to try an air layer that would give me a chance for all of these figs to ripen. However, this technique may work fantastic if you have all summer to grow out an air layer. I'm running out of time. I probably started this technique a little late, so I need to boost this air layer. And today I got in some Xtreme Gardening Azos and Mykos. I'm going to make up a mixture, and I'm going to try to get that mixture into this air layer and see if it helps. Okay, so I got the full off. You can see I've got roots right here. Y'all, it looks like this is drying out. I did cut this little slit in it to add some water, I guess a few days ago, and that is obviously letting out some moisture. So this is probably good timing. I'm going to try to make this mixture up using the Azos and the Mykos, and hopefully this will spur on this root growth. These are the products that I got from Xtreme Gardening, the Azos and the Mykos. Now, everything that I have looked at on YouTube, read online, the Azos helps fix nitrogen into a plant. However, the Azos also creates or generates the hormone inside of a cutting to produce roots. So what I have seen in a couple of videos, what I have read in a couple of articles, people are making a solution out of the Azos and actually using it as a rooting hormone. So I am going to definitely try that with some cuttings coming up. But right now I'm going to try to make some kind of solution with the Azos and the Mykos combined and get them in to that air layer. Okay, so I'm going to follow the directions here. Yes, believe it or not, I'm one of those that reads directions. I have a little watering can. No way I can read that, but I happen to have another brand new one. This is 1.5 liters. So a quick Google search, I come up with 0.4 gallons. So how about we just call it a half a gallon, right? So I have a half-gallon watering can here. Y'all, had to trade my sunglasses for the ability to read. So we're going to go with the Azos. Well, we're going to do both, but the Azos, the directions on this, I don't know if I can zoom in. Maybe I can zoom in on that. But the directions on this, they have all different things for cuttings, for transplants, whatever. I'm going to actually follow the directions for when watering. Makes sense. I have some roots. I'm trying to grow more roots. So it says I'm only going to use 2 tablespoons in 5 gallons of water. I got to do some math. Let me get right back to you. So 1/5 of a tablespoon. Jeez. No. A fifth. Okay. I'm back. Quick Google search. So if I've got 5 gallons, let's just pretend this is a gallon. So I need a fifth of 2 tablespoons, which Google tells me is a half of a teaspoon, and I have half of that. So a 1/4 teaspoon. Lord, y'all, I was an English major, definitely not a math major, but I happen to have a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon right here. So I'm going to mix in with the Azos. I'm going to go with a 1/4 teaspoon to my tiny amount of water here. And then I'll stir that in. Come on, fall off of there. There we go. So 1/4 teaspoon of Azos. And then let's see what this says. This one actually, I think you're supposed to, this one is actually not water soluble. This is one you're just supposed to pour in there. So I'm just going to go with the Azos right now. I think this one is more for transplanting or watering into transplants or rooting. So I'm going to mix this up as best as I can. Then we're going to add that to my air layer over there, and we're going to check back in every week. Again, this says, let's see which one. It says once every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we're going to come back and we're going to do this again, and I'll do another video and we'll check up on it. We'll see how it's doing. But let's go get this in my little Ziploc bag. All right, I traded out my ability to read for sunglasses for the ability to see. Okay, so got my mixture, my Azos Xtreme Gardening Azos water mixture. Followed all the directions. I think I did all my calculations, or at least Google did all my calculations for me. Y'all, I did cut a slit in this Ziploc bag. I guess it's been about 2 weeks ago now. Y'all, time's flying. I don't know. But I'm definitely seeing that this bag is drying out. That is bad news. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to remedy that. But I've now cut a slit in the back as well so that I can get water with my Azos mixture in on both sides. So I'm just going to add this. I'm sure with the capillary, we'll be able to see it going in. If it falls down on the tree, then, that's good too. So I'm just going to add a little bit kind of as I go, let it soak in, add a little more, and we will see how this works. It's going in very well on this side and not so well on this back side. Let's see if I lean it back a little bit. See what happens. A little bit of Azos water on the base of this tree is not going to hurt it, right? So I'm going to keep doing that until I feel like I've gotten this moistened again, and then I got to come up with some way to close these holes, right? Maybe I need to find a Cajun injector needle, and I can inject all of this water. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I'll look for that. But for right now, I'm just going to continue to add to these little slits here until I feel like the soil is re-moistened, and hope that this guy is going to make it. Okay, y'all, I can definitely tell this is going in. Capillary effect. I can see the water. I've got it down to about right here. But also over here, I'm starting to see it move into the lower section of my air layer. You know, I didn't realize I've got quite a bit of roots up here. So I've actually opened the bag a little bit back here where you can't see it, and I'm able to get water into this very top section as well. So what I'm hoping is I'm going to continue to do this. Not going to bore you all to death with it, but I'm going to continue to do this until I feel as if I can see moisture all in my bag. I'm going to figure out some way to seal up the little slits that I've made in the bag. We're going to check back on this in a week, and then it says every 2 weeks. So I'm going to water this again in 2 weeks, and I'll have to open up my little slits again, but hopefully this water will stay in here a little better. I probably made a mistake. Y'all, I'm trying everything I can with this air layer because I know I'm running out of time. So I cut that slit in there just so I could add a little bit of water. I guess it's been about 2 weeks. And so it has definitely dried out. I hadn't looked at it since then. To be honest with you, I really wasn't expecting such a small little slit in the plastic to cause it to dry out. So that's not helping my cause here. But I've got this Azos solution in there now. Let's check back and see just how this does in a couple weeks. Hopefully I have enough time to get this cut off, get it in a pot, and save the top of this tree. All right, y'all, so I'm really excited about this. Hopefully the results are what I'm looking for. I need to get this air layer growing well. I need to get it off. I need to get it potted up. I've got about 6 weeks left, 6 weeks of growing left. I know I'm going to have to baby this thing, even if I do get it in a pot at this point. But I'm going to check back. I'm going to let y'all know how the Azos is doing. Y'all, I've got lots of ideas for this Azos and Mykos. We're coming into cutting season. I'm really excited about what I can do with that as well. So yeah, there might be more videos to come on Azos, Mykos from Xtreme Gardening. Let's hope that this guy will take off and I'll have time to get him rooted in the spot. All right, so we'll wrap this one up, y'all. Hey, thanks for watching. This is my Fig Sticks, Fig Addiction, fueling it one air layer at a time. See y'all around. Thanks for watching. All right, come on, roots. Y'all need to take hold.